Oh, we should turn the heater off.
Yeah.
Hello, Yoga with Rouge. All right, David's going to be going, starting in just a couple minutes for his Asana Kitchen Live. We are just finalizing everything. Okay. Okay, so you're now live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Okay. Get closer though.
I would say for the, yeah. And then hopefully, you might have to talk really loud, I don't know, but the heater's gonna go off, so.
Yeah.
Let me check one thing. Oh, okay, yeah, this is where they're commenting. Hey there, Nandini, Debbie, Tamara, Artist, Jade. Hello.
Hi, everybody.
All right, cool.
Welcome. So I went solicited some questions. So I'm going to go through some of these. So one woman asked, and I'm just going to start with this one. It's a little bit of a doozy, but she said, I think she said she's 50. She's been trying to jump back, right, between the seated postures for 10 years, and now she's ready to give up. and no, she was asking, could I give up? I can't do it. And so the thing is no, you should not give up. And I'm going to talk to you about it a little bit. Okay. And then the other thing though, you see, and it's related. So several people asked about Ekapadashirshasana and said they were getting pain from doing Ekapadashirshasana. And so I just encourage you to explore this idea, you guys. When you want to give up or you get pain, so like those are obstacles, right? That you, instead of giving up or instead of thinking that the posture is bad, or here's what I want you to think, that you've got the wrong goal. Okay? So this is a really big key. Okay? And you can say that for every posture, and goal is a weird word. An aim, or some kind of objective, we'll say. Okay? And so there's like a physical aim, a physical objective, an energetic objective, and a spiritual objective, as it were, or like a physical teaching, an energetic teaching, a spiritual teaching from every asana, every little obstacle that's coming up. Okay, and so you're just framing it wrong. And I'll give you the example. Like, what's the objective of a jump back? All right, and so you could, and if you think that, and it's so easy to think it's to do that fancy move. It's to lift up and float back, right? And do it a whole bunch of times during your practice. And so, yeah, then you want to give up. So many can't do that, right? And so for one thing, here's the goal for here's my goal for jumping back, the physical goal. And it's a very important one, you see, and this is why you don't want to give up. Okay, because if it was just to do a fancy move in a display of strength, then it wouldn't be very important, and yeah, give it up. Okay, but it's got two really important physical things. And one is to build strength. Okay, very important strength. Like that's different than that's what Ashtanga is so different, because it has this strength move in the middle, in between every pose. Okay, and that's on purpose. Okay, so it's like it gives you this balance of throughout your body. Like you're forward bending, you're twisting, you're back bending, but you're also strengthening in the middle, in the midst of all of that. Okay, so if you give up the jump back, then you're giving up this whole strength source, this whole aspect of physical action that's so good. Okay, and then the other is heat. Okay, so the it's a heat generating thing, which does all kinds of good things for you physically. I mean, for one, it just makes you more flexible, right, to heat up your body, but it also helps with your digestion and all these good benefits, blood flow, and important things. Okay, and so that's just the physical. Okay, and then the jump back is also an energetic, it's a Kundalini awakening exercise. Okay, and so this is what I'm gonna show you how it's those things. Okay, and so what I told that woman it was the other day when I went on live to get the question, and she asked it, and I said, you don't make it all or nothing. Okay, it's not either I jump back or I don't even try. But that's how we can make it. We can turn those very difficult things into just why shall I bother? Okay, and so how do you make it? How do you not make it all or nothing? The jump back. Okay, well, for one, you set the priorities. What's really important? Okay, so the most important thing about the jump back is, now get this, this is not a trick answer. It's the thing you can do. Okay, that's the most important thing about a jump back. All right, and so one thing you can definitely do is the crouch, the setup. Okay, and so here's how it goes, right? Between every seated posture, doesn't matter which one, right? You have that breath in, inhalation. Okay, and then the next thing is the crouch. So you prepare that move. Okay, that I call it a crouch, a preparation for action, a preparation to spring. Okay, and the jump through is a real crouch. Okay, like boom, you really crouch like an animal getting ready to pounce, right? But this jump back crouch is an awkward one. Okay, it's kind of weird, but you still take to it, even though it's odd. And part of the whole idea of a crouch is to build up energy. Okay, and this is a physical thing, so it's all with an out breath. And so there's a kind of storing up of force. You're using your body very skillfully. Okay, and virtually everyone can do it. Okay, it's just a choice. It's not a ability or strength thing, right? And then it's an energetic thing. Okay, that is an aponic move. It's this very powerful pranic force that you're building with the exhalation down to your center. Okay, so that's one thing you can do. Don't give up. Do the crouch at least. Build up energy. Okay, and then the next thing is what I call the pure up. Pure up. Okay, just not even thinking about jumping back. Okay, and the pure up is an excellent strength move, especially if you do it many times during the practice. It's kind of I think of it as like the yogic clean and jerk. It's a weightlifting move. It's like you all of a sudden you strike the ground and lift up your body. So powerful. Okay, and it's a strength move that's easier than jumping back, and yet so excellent. Okay, and you can make it easy on yourself. Use blocks. Okay, and so your jump back, and when I say it's not all or nothing, your jump back could literally look like this. Okay, so you do your posture. Breathe in and then exhale. Get ready. Build up energy. Really pay attention to that crouch. And then lift and hold. For 1 breath or up to 5 breaths. Just stay there. And then sit down and do your next pose. All right? So this is far better than nothing. All right, and it's even better in a strength thing. It's even better than just forgetting about it and crossing and going back like this. Okay, and if you could also do the crouch, the pure up, sit down, and then go back and then plank. Okay, so this is how I would approach it. You do the crouch, the pure up, and then plank, and possibly chaturanga. All right, so that's a little tip for you. All right, and somebody asked about chaturanga. Okay, and and this is another really key part to learning to jump back, is to really study your chaturanga. Okay, and to study chaturanga, you have to study plank. Okay, and so the person that asked about doing a mean chaturanga, and somebody asked about not hyperextending, which I didn't quite, actually, probably shouldn't have mentioned that because I don't understand what they meant. Sorry about that, because you can't hyperextend when you bend your elbow, right? So did they mean in plank? Maybe, I don't know. I guess I would have to have that person write again. But if you look at me, I'll show you. I can't. Let's see. Can I show you standing? So when you're working on that chaturanga, the trick is to turn your body into a danda. Okay? And a danda is a staff, a rod. Okay? Unbreakable stick. Are we still going there?
Yep, keep going.
Okay. And this is what's tricky. Okay, so you have to learn to sense your body masses. So you want because they go out of it's hard to make your body into a stick. Okay? So your neck will go forward, your ribs will jut out, your buttocks will stick up. Okay, but you got to stabilize your body masses in one line. Okay, and that's what you have to train yourself to do. Okay, and if you see, and this is the key. This is a mistake that Ashtangis make often. okay, which is we think that repeating is enough, okay? You think that if I just repeat it a whole bunch of times, like for days and months and years, that eventually it'll kick in. I'll be able to do it. Okay, and this is a mistake. Okay, so and to put it this way, repeating the wrong thing over and over again isn't the most efficient way to learn the right thing. Okay, now it is a way to learn, right? We don't start off being able to do things, so we have to make our halting try. We have to have our failures. Okay, but at the same time, you want to repeat what you want to reinforce. Okay? Repeat what you want to reinforce. This is a big thing. Okay? And so with Chaturanga, that's why plank is so important. It's because you can get your body masses aligned into a danda. Okay? So sorry, Joy.
You're good. I'll adjust it.
You don't have to. I'll look in it.
It's okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, see, look, the head, torso, pelvis, one line. Now, if I start to bend, you see, and this is the trick with Chaturanga. The only thing you do is bend your elbow. Okay, there's only one part that actually moves. Okay, look. But this is what will happen. The head will move, the hips will move, different things, right? And that's where the problems come. So you've got to really get strong in your legs, your pelvis, torso, head. And then try a little bend. Okay, and then also using the blocks. See, it's a weird thing how the angling your body up, the higher you make the angle, the easier, the less strength it requires to maintain the integrity of the danda along your body. Okay, so if you stack up some blocks, then all of a sudden, and take plank, then it becomes easier. Okay, and it makes it so that you can repeat what you want to reinforce. Okay, and it's weird how tricky it is with the mind. The mind doesn't, my mind anyway, it's kind of funny. I have to really convince it to go, that this is harder. On the ground is harder than up higher. It's funny to me that my mind doesn't automatically understand that, but it's true. And so you can experience it for yourself if you repeat it a bunch. All right. Okay. So, and yeah, the person did ask hyperextension in Chaturanga. I just don't know what you mean. So, guess you'll have to write me again. Okay. So, what time is it?
10:17.
All right. So how are you guys doing? Hoping this is benefiting you, and you can give me some feedback if you like. So somebody asked, getting a straight back in Pincha Mayurasana. Okay, and this is the same world that we're in. Okay, so this is what's amazing when you think in terms of a single asana. Okay, so every pose is simply a variation of the one root asana, which we'll call Padmasana Samastitihi. So it's made up of one line. Okay, and the keeping a straight back in Pincha Mayurasana, that's exactly what we're talking about here. Okay, this is where it starts, in plank. So plank is the root of Pincha Mayurasana. And so if you can't go from plank to Chaturanga, keeping that nice stick, then you won't be able to do it in Pincha. All right, so Joy.
Yeah.
No, I just want to. So she's got some new plank variations, and this is important, you see, because Chaturanga is a very hard plank variation, and you want some variety. Okay, and so she's got this new one that it's called the Commando.
I feel like, yeah.
No, I like that. So I'm going to show you. So one thing you want to do if you want to improve, get a straight back in Pincha and Chaturanga, is to do some plank variations. Okay, and so the obvious ones are like lifting one leg up, right? And then lift one leg up and suck one thigh to the chest. And then also you can try to touch the opposite arm with the leg. Okay, and then the Commando is this one. So you touch here, and you try not to move your hips. Okay, so you keep going back and forth. Or you could do a variation of the Commando, or straight ahead. Okay? You get inventive. Okay? And this is also good for the person that asks about giving up and jumping back. Okay, so if you improve your plank, your Chaturanga, then your lift up is also going to be easier. Okay? So those of you that are in my either my principles course or my the one I did a few months back, or the one I'm doing now, the Mysore Foundations, we've started this progression, right, of headstand. So that is also applicable to Pincha Mayurasana. So somebody asked me about headstand in this too. What did they? Oh, they just said Shirshasana. Okay, and so I'm going to show you that little progression. Okay, and so also remember that I'm going back to that idea of the goal. Okay, so what's the objective? And you have like some physical objective, some energetic objective, some spiritual objective. Okay, and like so that with the jump, that crouch and spring, the jump back, right? That crouch is an aponic, it's a descending of energy into the center. And then the spring is a kind of kundalini raising event. Okay, and plank has that same kind of you can take it through that same process. Plank, Chaturanga, Pincha, and so the physical objective in those is strength. Okay, and for Pincha, it's strength and it's skill and balance too, and it's inversion, go upside down. Okay, and the spiritual objective, we won't go into too much detail today, but there is one. Okay, and what I will tell you is the grit. Okay, the effort. So that the hardest thing that we can do is to pierce the veil, this illusory world here, and see through to the spiritual dimension of our life. Okay, it takes so much self-effort and determination. Okay, and so that's why you don't just give up on the jump back, even though it's a distant goal. Okay?
You don't need to read that.
That's your mom. Okay. So, here's the pincha work I would do if I were you to get a straight back. Okay, so remember, you're trying to repeat what you want to reinforce. Okay, so that means kicking up and balancing in pincha with a bent back or losing the danda is not going to lead you to getting the danda. Okay, or it's a very inefficient way to go about it. Okay, so what I do is build it from the ground up. So every stage that you do, your back is in line. Your pelvis, torso, head stay aligned. And you don't go on to another step if those go out of whack. All right, so check it out. You set your foundation. This is a vertical line. Elbow, shoulder over elbow. The forearm is exact. Okay, not this, not that. Tunk. Okay, and then lift. Okay, and you go way up on your tippy toes and extend your leg. Okay, and then the pelvis tips. So you lift the sitting bones. You suck the ribs back. And work. And you can do a little rock. You can do it with your head up. You can do it with your head kind of level, or even looking up the front of the body. So there's 3 head positions. You rock. And then you can suck one thigh to the chest. All right, and the whole time your mind is going here, here, and here. Okay, and so you're keeping this very nice samastitihi, plank, chaturanga positioning. Pelvis, torso, head. Okay, and then you can use a block. You can use 1 or 2. So you don't step onto the block until you've gone through the process of building the foundation, lifting the hips. All right, so the last thing you do is step on and then work with both feet on the block, and then take one leg up without any rotation. Okay, so the kneecap faces forward and you lift. All right, and should I move back?
You're okay. It's all right.
Yeah, and so every phase you keep this nice relationship. Okay, and it gets tricky. It gets tricky though, right? Because so getting your feet off the block.
Okay, yeah, that's actually how you use it. Just look. Okay.
So, getting your feet off the block is, there's kind of it's a little bit of a big step to go from working with your feet on the ground or on the blocks to like actually starting to balance. Okay, and so doing the moves in doing those exact things in headstand is one way to build strength, which I'll show you in a second. But here's another way. So you step onto that, you take the leg up, and then you do that little rocking exercise. So you rock forward towards your forearms and lift the leg, and you until that one starts to come off the bottom leg. Rock. And you start to balance. All right, and then for the next phase, I would go to a wall. Yeah, because you start to kick up. Anyway, so you can do all of that in it's the exact same protocol with the headstand, and it's easier. Okay, so the thigh to the chest, taking the leg up, clearing the foot off the ground. Okay, and then when you come up into headstand, you want to really feel. How do I keep that straight line? And you'll want to take probably video or photo of yourself to see, to chart your progress. All right. So there was other questions, but we've already gone a half an hour, so I think that'll do it for today. So just remember, when you've got the obstacles, think about the goal. Rethink your goal. What am I actually trying to do here? What's important? And how do I prioritize what's important?
Tell them about your talks.
Oh, okay. I don't really know the details of that.
Okay.
So,
just so you guys all know that starting like March 6th or something like that, David's starting a course called the Practical Practice Talks, and it's 10 talks, and it's all about like really awesome practical aspects of it, of the practice. You can find the information on his website. We just launched it yesterday, so you can go there and see what the topics are going to be.
I'm just reading your guys' comments here. I like that one guy. What? Okay. Can you mix asana in the primary series like vinyasa flow? Oh man, that's funny. Why not? I'm not really the one to ask because I'm pretty staunch Ashtangi. I don't really throw in extra poses. And even though that I have these exercises and drills, they're all related to exactly what's in the series. Okay. But yeah. All right, Penny, still Penny plank. Working that Chaturanga, but I want you to be working that plank, Penny. So it's really good to see you guys all, or as close as possible to seeing you. Billy, you're there. Mind programming. I know, I missed you too, Bill. Damn. Jay, What's this one? This
That's
is
YouTube.
Okay. So anyway, I'm just lingering around for a while, just hanging out with you guys. I really do miss teaching live. It's gotten worse too over time, right? Like, it was nice to have a break, but man, it's hard, huh? This is a marathon. Anyway, so those practical practice talks, it's going to be good, you guys. I hope that some of you decide to sign up for that. And because the idea is to kind of look at these different aspects of, like, what to do when you're in pain. What else, Joy?
How do you age in practice? How do you master a pose? How do you master a series?
Mastering a pose, like, what are the particulars of that, or what are the steps? And mastering a series, and modifying, and
when do you use props?
Yeah, when to use props, when not to use props. And so, and I try to relate things to the greater context, but also we're going to keep this in, like, really into the, the nitty gritty of getting onto your mat. And so it should be good. Wow, she's 82 still working on these things, Judy. Excellent. I know. And you see, and I try to build exercises that you can do when you're 82. That's what's so cool, right? That's one of the criterion, is that they're sustainable, right? And because we want to be still building strength when we're 82, right? And we probably won't be jumping back. All right, Bridget, that's cool. I'll look forward to seeing you. Okay, you guys, have a great day, and
we'll see you next month.
We'll see you next month. We'll do it again. The Asana Kitchen live.